Alright. Millionth time trying to make this. I keep making it too long or wandering. So. Alright, so I created a build back in the day. Claw build. Made it in beta. Older players call it the Jento build. Newer players that saw Oak Tree copying my build will call it the Oak Tree build, but it's mine. He copied me, so Jento build. Of course, back then he copied the early version of my build, which was with a Mage Cowl. I had changed it months afterwards to Hunter Hood because it's far more useful. So the primary of the build is we've got Claws, Hunter Hood, Hunter Shoes, Mercenary Jacket, Stew, and a Poison. Now all of these things go together one way or another, except for the boots. The boots I got for Rush, which is 120% movement speed, makes it easier to catch people that are on horses. Everything else ties together. Ties together. Sorry, needed some coffee. So we got damage because that's what we do. We do damage. Okay. Poison potion. Well, we'll start with claws here. We get Sunder Armor because this is going to lower their damage resistances. Stacks to 3 times. It's a nice little chunk. Okay. And then we go with Dash or Forbidden Stab. This is on tier 5 stuff. Okay. On tier 6, we'll go with Forbidden Stab or Shadow's Edge. Which Shadow's Edge is a dagger you throw, pew pew. You grab whoever you hit, assuming you hit, and it stuns them for a second. And you're also invulnerable while you're sliding along, so that's nifty. It's a way to avoid damage if you time it properly. Strange it doesn't say that though. Anyways, okay, and then of course you got your ult, disembowel. You're gonna root them in place while you're pew pew in their butthole. Says purges any shields active on the target. That's not true. If they have a cleric shield, for example, it will not purge that. So it's a good bit of damage in a little bit of time. Name of the game is to stack your Sunder charges, and then at some point during the fight, when it's a good time, pop on your poison. This is going to do the true damage, but additionally, it's also going to decrease the target's damage resistances by 25. Now the numbers all seem low and meaningless, so we're just going to ignore them. Fact is, it stacks on the damage resistance decrease onto our Sunder armor also, and then we shred the shit out of them with disembowel. Really hurts feelings. Okay, so the poison, the food, and the damage there, all tying together. It's one reason why we use a poison instead of a health potion with a different jacket. Also, as far as the health potion and jacket, or the jacket and whatnot, the jacket goes really well with claws because claws hit so fast. And you can heal up to 15 times within that 8-second window for Bloodlust. With Disembowel, that's going to take up about 9 or 10 heals or so. And in a short amount of time, less than 3 seconds. So, good heals, good heals. Now we also go with Hunter Hood. We're going to take Retaliate. Retaliate is going to give us some damage resistances, which makes us a little tankier. Plus, it's going to reflect some of the damage they're doing. If you can time it right, you can reflect a lot of the damage from their ults back, which is really nice. Plus, if you've been stacking your Sunder armor charges and whatnot, they're going to take even more damage because they've had their damage resistances decreased. So, another plus, another plus. People talk about claws only being good for ganking, but they have no idea what the hell they're talking about. I'm a solo player, for those that don't know the definition, because the online one is wrong. A gank is not a sneaky attack or kill or whatever retardation is on there. I helped coin the word. Gank does not mean that. A gank is an unfair fight. 2v1, 5v3, etc. That's what a gank is. I'm a solo player, not a ganker. And I use pretty much nothing but claws. I have dicked around with a frost staff and a curse staff a little bit. Both are pretty broken in truth. I have no idea how those people die to me, because it's pretty nasty. But these will work anywhere. You can check my other videos. I do world PvP, I do corrupted dungeons, I do dungeons, which I still consider world PvP. And these will work just fine. There are cheese builds you can lose to. You can lose to people being overgeared. There's also one of the things that makes me better in a lot of these cunts is not just my skill with claws or skill in the game, but using the world. Now you see this here, you're being chased, or even these. You know, you run through here. Whoever's chasing you, if they want to close in on you, they might catch them, and then they're taking damage from that. And suddenly you got a little buddy helping you along. Right? So, you know, that's another way you can lose, though. You know, maybe you swing in too close, and suddenly they have a friend helping. For the most part, though, if you're looking at actual builds, if we're not talking about some trash cheese or broken mechanics or whatnot, this build will carry you through anything you need to do. I typically do not lose to people that are equally geared, and I'm running around in tier 5. It's cheap, it does what I want it to, and I can kill people that are in tier 8 with it, so this is okay. And I can't kill all tier 8. That's, you know, tier 5 to 8 is quite a jump, but I got a decent shot anyways. Wow, it's dead. What was it saying? Oh, okay. So with the build, I can pretty reliably kill people that are in tier 6 and tier 7. Gets questionable around tier 8, but that's kind of to be expected considering the jump in gear there. Now the downside is that world PvP is pretty much dead. It's just a gank fest. Albion is true. Okay, I'm going on a rant. I'll leave that for another video. Eventually I'll have some kind of, I'll put a video up that's ranting about the game, but this is sticking with claws. So, gotta keep in mind claws are melee, which means you're at some sort of disadvantage against ranged, and you need to be able to close the gap. Unfortunately, the game's broken, so most people can open the gap again and just kind of kite you around, kill you. So you gotta play everything just right. Try to juke shit out, you know. Like if you're looking at like an ice staff, like I just put one up, a video up, where I'm in I'm using tier 6 claws, tier 7 gear, and I kill a frost staff guy that's an 8.3, which is basically tier 11, you know. So, but you'll see there, I try to bait out his E, and because that E is gonna hold you still, and you're gonna eat a lot of damage from it, that kind of thing. And that's what you want to do with a lot of them. The same with like people with bows, they use their knockback. You want to do the same thing, just kind of juke it up, go back, see if you can get them to use it without actually being hit by it. You got to be careful doing all that though, because during that time they could be trying to, you know, they could be damaging you, and then you're just dying for nothing. So it's, you know, it takes practice. But the build itself, this is the best build you'll get for claws. You might find some situations where it seems like it's okay to change things out. For the most part, it is not. You should learn the build, and get used to playing it properly. Um, the boots can be changed out just fine because they don't actually contribute to the build. The helmet, realistically, you could change that out for something too if you want to try to specialize for something. But you definitely want to keep the mark jacket. And the poison and the food. You also want to kill random shit because you have no idea how many babies and pups I've got from just killing stuff while I'm out hunting. And I'm digressing again. Again, that has nothing to do with claws. 10-minute video. Debating on whether I should restart it again or not. I think I might be able to just trim some of the bottom off of it. I want to see this guy seeing my health go down. Alright, what do we got here? Trash can. This is the difference in claw users. See, he's even got gear on me. And pew-pewed all up in his butthole. This is what happens when you have no idea how to PvP.